Hello and welcome to For the Love of Baby Boomers show. I'm your host, Dolores Clivert, and we do this show so that boomers can give and receive information. Today we have a guest that came highly referred from a previous guest, Miss Jeanette Lindo. Let's give her the full name. She was a guest here talking about real estate, and she referred Mr. Chris Watson, who's here today to talk about mortgages. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So welcome, and please
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Chris Watson. I am a Richmond, Virginia native. Well, not native. I was born in England, but been pretty much raised here, been here my whole life.
Okay.
I got into mortgages in 2007, got out, got back in 2015. I've been working in this capacity ever since.
Oh, so it's a long time.
Oh, yeah, about a decade now.
Yeah, okay.
As an outside loan officer, as they say.
All right. So, Chris, I'm looking at you. You look very young to me. Yeah.
Grace of God right there.
All right. So I would say you're not a boomer.
No, I'm not a boomer.
But you do work with boomers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have no choice right now.
You have no choice.
I have no choice right now.
We have choices all the time. How come you have no choice?
Boomers are dominating the market
Yeah.
when it comes to real estate. When it comes to home ownership, when it comes to buying, selling, boomers are pretty much in every transaction at this point.
Okay. So how's that? Give us some examples.
Yeah, well, just from a statistical standpoint, 52% of all sellers are baby boomers right now.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah, and about high 40s, 40% are buyers. So I guess you could say about 2 out of every 5 mortgage transactions, residential mortgage transactions, 2 out of every 5 buyers are boomers, and more than half of the sellers are boomers. So again, when I say I have no choice, I pretty much have no choice. Either you're going to be selling a house to one of my buyers, or
buying.
you're going to be I'm going to be representing you on your loan as a buyer, and you're buying a new house.
Okay, so that's like, okay, I can see that.
So huge
Wow.
impact on the market and how things are going right now. Pretty much are directing the real estate market.
Okay. So that's how you deal with boomers through the real estate.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I do mortgage loans. Well, I didn't even give you a little background of what I do.
Yeah, let's
honestly.
hear the background.
Not everyone knows what a mortgage loan officer is, so I'll just kind of break it down quickly. I help people with purchasing and refinancing mortgages. So if you're looking to purchase a home, not just rent one, then you need to get a loan in most cases, unless you're buying with cash. If you're not buying with cash and you need money to purchase your home, I'm the person that does the financing for you. And we have a wide variety of different loan types. And for boomers, it could be even more expanded. There are some loan types that have a minimum age requirement, and we'll talk about that a little later.
Okay.
But just know that if you're looking to buy or sell, or buy or refinance a home, I'm here to help you with that.
Okay. Now, you caught my attention when you said a minimum age. So is there, at the other end of the spectrum, is there a maximum?
Great question. No.
Oh, okay.
No, absolutely not. So we teased a little talking about the minimum age, but if you're looking to do a home equity conversion mortgage or a reverse mortgage, you need to be a minimum of 62 years old to take advantage of that.
Minimum.
Minimum
So
is
62.
62 and
Okay.
up. So that fits boomers, because right now our boomers are between 60 and 80, 60 years old and 80. So
Yeah, 61 to 79. So yeah.
there you go.
That's it right now, present day.
Indeed. So take it from the expert for baby boomers. I'm sure you know the exact criteria. But
I
just
need to know that part.
Yes, it is. So 62, you fit right in the demographic we're looking for a reverse mortgage, and it's very helpful. A lot of times when folks hear the word reverse mortgage, they think negative. At least the people I've talked to,
Yeah.
especially in our community as African Americans.
Okay.
Just about everyone has a horror story they've heard about someone who's gotten a reverse mortgage.
Well, Chris, tell us about reverse mortgage.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So
make it positive,
Oh, in my perspective, it's all positive.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not quite 62 yet, But when I get there, I plan to take advantage of a reverse because it's such a powerful tool.
Really?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
Before we go into reverse mortgages, let's talk about the impact on boomers have on the market currently and what that all means. So right now, baby boomers make up about $17 trillion of real estate equity owned in America. So basically, again, they dominate the market.
Okay, so the numbers is like large within that community.
Absolutely, absolutely. And COVID, when it came through in 2020, really had a large impact on that and increased those numbers even more. And here's why. When COVID hit, initially interest rates spiked, but then very quickly they went down. It went down to a great level. And most people who work in the industry with me, they could attest that if you were in mortgages 2020 through 2022, you probably had the best years of your career because so many people were buying, so many people were refinancing. And it's due to interest rates being so much lower than they've been historically. I mean, I did one loan. I remember this one in particular because the rate was 1.8.
1.8, was that ever that low?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When our parents wasn't buying it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Back in the day, you can go back to the 1980s, rates were in the high teens.
Yeah.
So to see it flip all the way, I guess 30 years later into the low 2s and 1% range is ridiculous. So a lot of people took advantage. And how this affects boomers currently is if you bought back then and you took advantage of maybe refinancing to a lower rate, because a lot of people did, or if you just bought in general, because rates were so low in the years past that came later, the people who owned tend to stay in their houses, and it caused a shortage of inventory. It was one of the leading factors in there being a shortage in inventory. And because inventory was so limited, while rates being low like they were, new buyers were itching to get into it because they could all of a sudden they can afford because rates were so much lower.
Yeah.
But folks who were in their homes were like, I'm not leaving. I've got this low interest rate. Why would I sell? So inventory got jammed up. And then when inventory got jammed up and buyers were introduced to the market, whenever a house hit the market, it's like, oh my gosh, I got to get it because there's no telling when the next one's going to hit.
Right.
So instead of there being a handful of people coming through to the open house, or you see maybe 5 or 6 people in a week, you'll see maybe 20 people on the first day showing up in line to come see the house. And when you have 20 people bidding on one house,
then the prices go up.
The prices go up, exactly. So this happened not just here in Richmond, but all around the country for like 24-month period. So if you bought a house in, say, 2019 and it was $200,000, by the end of 2021, 2022, you're looking at a house being worth $250, $275,
right.
Some cases even $300. And it's just that rapid amount.
Supply and demand.
Absolutely. So that rapid amount of appreciation has caused the $17 trillion of equity that people are sitting on right now. Because you bought a house at a certain price, it's worth way more than it was in a relatively short period.
Right.
And it makes you in a position of power, especially if you're older. If you are 62 and up and you're thinking, all right, what do I do? I've got to be gearing up towards retirement. And in retirement, a lot of people equate that to having lower amounts of money coming in because, I mean, of course, you're not working anymore.
Right, so you're not pulling in those same paychecks.
Absolutely. So how do you prepare for it? You're thinking, all right, well, I've got to get skinny with my finances. I'm going to stop buying things, and maybe I won't go out as much. Maybe we take 1 or 2 less vacations if we take a vacation at all. But with your equity that you have, whether it's newfound equity or if you've been in your house for several years, like most baby boomers have been. Let's say the average baby boomer has been in their house for 13 to 16 years, where, you got newcomers coming in that are trying to get in but can't because folks are staying in their houses.
They sit and put.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So with that said, if you've been in your house for 13 years, you've lived through, well, let's say 15 years, because that's a good benchmark. Going back 15 years, you've had 2 large recessions happen. And after the recession, you have a spike in not just equity, but you've got a spike in the value of things. Everything goes up in value. And if you've owned through both of those periods, first one being 2009, 2008, when we had the first economic I guess they call it the Great Recession. When that happened, if you survived it, didn't sell your house or have a foreclosure happen, which happened to a ton of people and it was terrible. But if you survived, you're looking at an increase in 2010, 2011, 2012 that was unprecedented to that point until COVID came. And then when COVID came and that whole slight depression and then increase in equity happened, it was another huge boom. So you've got folks who bought houses back then at 100, 150 that are now worth 300, 350, 400,000. And you've got all that equity sitting there. So what do you do with it?
Yeah, what do you do with it?
Right. One retirement strategy could be a reverse mortgage. So here's how a reverse mortgage works. And we'll use the standard mortgage that I do now, and we'll call that forward. So you understand that the concepts are kind of opposite. With a forward mortgage, you make a payment every month until the end of your term, which is set. Most people do a 30-year mortgage. With a reverse, you don't make payments. You actually could have payments made to you, and there is no end term. So if you're 62 and above, you do a reverse mortgage, it lasts until you pass away. I introduced it as a home equity conversion mortgage, or HECM. And the reason I said that is because a HECM mortgage is a reverse. It is done through FHA, and it's backed through the government.
Okay, wait one moment. HECM, can you give us what the abbreviation is?
Yes, indeed. HECM,
Okay.
home equity conversion mortgage.
Okay.
So you're taking your equity and you're converting it to income for you.
Okay.
So there are 3 ways to use this income. So when you originate or you open up a reverse mortgage, you start off with no payments. As a matter of fact, you don't ever have to make a payment if you don't want to. You have 3 options. You could either take a lump sum of your equity if you want. You could open a line of credit, which is there. It sits in the background like a credit card. You can use it whenever you need it. Or you can just take a monthly payment. And instead of you making a payment, you actually receive a monthly payment.
I haven't heard of all of that.
Yes, indeed. So this is retirement income on steroids. Because if you have a mortgage payment, a forward mortgage, and you make a mortgage payment, say it's $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You go from having $1,000 liability to then taking maybe $1,000 in a reverse mortgage and getting that back to you. So you get rid of that $1,000 payment, and then you have an additional $1,000 coming into your budget. So that's $2,000 boost to your income. And anyone who's not working could use an additional $2,000.
$2,000.
And that's just a very generalized example.
Right.
But that's how it works in principle. If you have a reverse mortgage, you do not have to make a payment. And it goes until you pass. So if you go from 62 to live to 122, you still don't have to make a payment. And on top of that, you will not ever owe on your mortgage more than the house is worth. That's what the government-backed piece is all about.
Okay. So, Chris, we're going to get ready to go to a commercial. So when you come back, please pick up with the reverse mortgage. And I know there are some qualifications and some downsides because nothing is ever, straight uphill.